All right, everyone. Hey, that was great fun being here in the studio with my good friend Dethy. How are you doing, everyone? It's great to be back live on the BluGuitar YouTube channel. It's my big honor to have a very, very, very special guest today on this episode. Dethy Borchardt.
Hello.
Dethy, how are you? What's going on?
Oh, great. Feeling great. Playing guitar.
Oh, playing guitar? Best.
That's enough.
That's enough to feel great, basically, isn't it? Yeah, so before we start, there's a little backstory. So, there's a backstory with every guest I have. Last time we had Toby, who, used to be one of my childhood heroes. And now we have Dethy, who used to be my guitar teacher when I was, back in school. I started out playing guitar with you when I was 14 or so.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah. It's been a couple of years. I'm 28 years old now, but yeah, it's been a while. So Dethy, how's it going? What's going on in your life? Let us know a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's the same. I play guitar, play gigs, have fun by playing guitar, have a good amp, and practicing, teaching, learning.
Right. So that sounds very similar to my life. So I guess when you have long hair, everyone is having kind of the same life, right? But yeah, there are a couple of special things about this. So when I was getting to know you back in 2000 and what was it, 12 or so? I don't really remember.
Oh, I don't know.
Something like this. You were playing in a couple of bands, one of which was Rat Pack, I remember.
Yes, a great rock band.
Yeah, so I was at one of your gigs. I remember was like 18 in Delmhorst. Well, very very extreme famous
Irish
place.
Irish pub. Slattery's.
Exactly, and this was very inspiring. So I was pretty young. I was 18. I had my first car. I was driving there, seeing the gig. That was a great experience. So that band is not existing anymore, I guess, right? And then back then you also played another band for a woman. She was called Ella Rocks, I guess.
Yes.
Is that still a thing? Is that still existing?
I think so. No, I heard about it long ago.
So all of these things back then, they're not up to date anymore.
No.
There's another thing which is up to date though, and let's jump to this. So it's called Mad Max. It's a band that has been along for a long time, hasn't it?
I think 82.
82. Wow, 1982.
Yes.
That's crazy. I was born in 96.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, quite an old school band then. They're still around after 40 years, still doing metal music.
Yes.
And are there any of the original members left in the band?
Two. The Jürgen Brayford and Axel Kruse. The drummer and the other guitarist.
So one guitar player and the drummer is still left. And you joined the band a couple of years before, right? 2022. Oh, it's been 3 years already.
Yes.
There's another vocalist as well, I guess.
Yes, and in the near future, news.
Okay, good future news. So secret for the time being,
yes.
I guess.
Yes.
All right. Tell us a little bit about Mad Max. So what is the kind of music that Mad Max is doing?
Oh, Mad Max play hard rock, not heavy rock, hard rock, melodic rock. What do I say? Great music.
Great music.
Also, old school German, no, not old school. British heavy metal. What do I say?
What this kind of so let's do it like this. Play for us your 3 favorite riffs from the band that you're playing live on stage. How about that?
Why?
Okay, what's that song called?
Burning the Stage.
Burning the Stage. Well, it really has this kind of 80s kind of vibe.
Yes.
It does remind me a little bit of like the kind of Accept kind of thing.
Okay, a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. All right, let's move on. Second best riff.
Oh, why?
That's the most important part. Well, I can't do it. So that's the most important part. All right, this is very different, isn't it? So this has a little bit more of the me get my pick back. Oh, I lost it. I lost it, so I'm getting a new one. So this has a little bit more of like the, you know, low E string involved, playing faster notes, right? Altering some E minor chords. Very interesting. Let's go for the third one. And so on and so forth. Wow. So all these riffs sound very, very different.
1 year ago, I played the songs.
You haven't been playing for a year now?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So all these riffs, I don't really know too much about the band, about Mad Max, but all these riffs, they sound very different, right? So it seems to be a band that's not only playing just one type of right strict genre, but you know there's some variation in it. It seems.
Yes.
It's very cool. So how many albums does the band have out right now?
Ooh, good question.
A lot, I suppose.
Yes. Search the internet.
Okay, we don't know right here. If we only had a member of the band being here.
Young.
Young. So tell us the number. All right, but 82. So it should be quite some albums being out until this point. Did you record an album with the band yourself, or are you only playing material from other players before you?
Yes.
So
the last album was the best of 40 years.
Was the best of? Okay.
My style, but old songs.
So you re-record the songs.
Yes.
It's not just the old files. It's it's actually re-recorded by you.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. So if you love the music of Mad Max, and if you've been a fan for a while, but if you also like Dethy's style, you should maybe take a listen to that. It sounds very promising. All right. Is there anything new coming up soon? Are you working on another album?
Yeah, another album. The new album is 2060 next year.
Next year. All right.
New album, then new singer, and new tour and festivals. And, well, let's see.
New everything.
Coming up. Yes.
All right. Complete renewal of the band. That sounds cool. All right, guys. That's a little bit about Mad Max, the band of Dethy. We'll deep dive into this topic a little later because we have prepared a couple of clips, you know, where Dethy shows his live setup using the AMP1, where we see him play as well. But before we do so, I think let's play a little more guitar, shouldn't we? So someone's complaining that your guitar is very little audible. We'll check on this in a second. I turn you up, but let's see. Well, I thought you were quite loud, but okay, let's go for another jam. So we have this other backing track, this heroic one in D minor. Should we give it a try?
Yes.
Let's go, please. First. Yeah. That was great fun. All right, everyone. Thanks for commenting in the chat. I've seen a lot of comments about, any inconvenience with the volume of the Guitarist. We have a stereo setup here. So we have 2 guitar players. Dethy is penned hard left, I'm penned hard right, right? And this is just to make sure that not everything is in the middle. So we suggest that you try to, listen to the stream with headphones or a pair of stereo speakers or something like this, right? Because this will ensure that you'll hear everything. I've just seen a comment of someone who just had one earplug in use, and this may be the reason why you may hear one of us a little quieter than you'd like to. I'm gonna pen the Guitarist a little more in the mids, but still they'll be panned to left and right a little bit to make sure that you'll hear everything clean when you have a proper stereo setup. All right, that was a great jam, man. This was so much fun. I miss this. We did this all the time 15 years ago, but we didn't do this kind of stuff for the past 10 years. The same notes and the same licks. So both of us, we didn't learn. Guys, please comment in the comment section. Do you think that you can still hear a little bit of Dethy's influence in my playing? Because I certainly think you can hear it. That I have a couple of licks, that I learned from this guy 15 years ago. I guess so. So I have a funny thing to do. Dethy, you are a kind of, let's say, 80s hard rock, old school shredding guitar player, right? So you taught me a lot of like Van Halen stuff and things like this. Gary Moore, these kind of people when I was taking lessons from you. So I guess this didn't change within the past 10 years, right? I also really like old school stuff, but I'm more of a guitar player who's more towards modern metal, right? Low tuned 7-string kind of stuff, progressive stuff. So let's do a thing. I want you to teach me your favorite lick, and then I'm going to teach you one of my favorite licks. So we didn't prepare this. This is very spontaneously, but I guess this is going to be a funny thing. So what kind of lick are you playing? What kind of licks are the licks that you just go to when you're improvising or when you're practicing? Your go-to licks.
Oh, I think about it.
This is a cool one. So because I need to,
it's easy.
Well, easy licks are mostly the best, right? So I need to update my Pentatonic game. This is a cool one. Is this right? And what is the
D minor?
It's a D minor. What is the pick? And it's a blue note, right? Picking pattern. Sounds about right, I guess. I really like these pentatonic licks. I mostly play. Someone's writing Randy Rhoads and Zakk Wylde. I really like the Zakk Wylde. So Dethy being the 80s kind of guy, he is certainly another level when it comes to pentatonic licks. He's got them all, right? I guess so. All right, I want to show you one of my licks that I really like to play. So this is a pattern. It goes like. Yeah, we're playing in a D minor. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my guitar. So we're playing. I call the hammer on from nowhere. So I'm not picking. It's like. So this is a lick I really like to play. If you're using it in the scale, sound of this. That's kind of the kind of thing with the diminished. So it's great fun. Everything, guys. We didn't discuss any of this before, right? This is just two guitar players having a great time trading some licks. This is what it looks like. All right. Cool. So we'll trade. Do you want us to trade a couple of more licks? Let us know in the comment sections, because maybe at a later stage we'll go back to this kind of stuff and then talk about a couple more licks. So, Dethy, we've talked a little bit about the band Mad Max that you're playing with right now. So you guys were on tour all over the country, not all over the world, actually,
yes,
right? So Colombia, Spain, England, Cyprus. Oh my God.
Wo war noch?
Germany, I guess.
Yeah, Germany.
Netherlands. Yeah.
Bulgarien.
Oh, Bulgaria.
Schweiz.
Switzerland. All right. Austria.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it.
And more to come.
and more to come. So this sounds like a very exciting kind of, kind of situation. Dethy is playing. The only thing he's playing live is the AMP1 Mercury Edition, and we will go through the settings in just a second. But before we do so, I want to show you a video of Dethy's setup live, and then also a camera recorded snippet of the actual show. We'll take a look at that for a couple of minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll show you a little bit about the settings of Dethy's amplifier. Here we go. Alright guys, here we are back, live in the studio. So what you've just seen are 2 clips from Dethy playing with his band Mad Max live.
The same song.
Well, it was the same song actually, so this is my bad because I was cutting the videos before. But I wanted to show one gig in a club situation, right? So indoor gig, packed with a lot of people. I want to show another situation where the amp was used live on an open air kind of situation. I think it sounded really good. It's both obviously just telephone recordings, right? iPhone or whatever. So I mean, it's not the optimal.
It's the same amp, the same little amp. This one.
It's the same amp, and we're gonna talk about this now. So the audio quality in the clips obviously not too good, but here we have good audio quality. So Dethy, could you play a little bit with your rhythm guitar sound and let us, show us how it does sound?
Wow.
Yeah, what was the last one? That riff you just played? That was Vanilla, right? Wasn't it? Cool. So, well, this is a very, very tight and juicy 80s kind of rhythm rock sound. I really liked it.
And that's my little trick.
And that's your little trick. So let's talk about the tricks you have here.
Also, no delay. Bigger. It's very short.
So the delay also works when you're playing rhythm guitar. This is very interesting because mostly, people would use a delay pedal when they play solo guitar, right? Something is weird with the camera, guys.
This one is only for fills.
This is only, so you're using...
A bit louder, and it's only for fills, and the singer, it's not singing.
Okay, so the screamer, right? This means whenever you play a lead guitar part with this, which is not a solo, but which is also not rhythm guitar, this is the in-between sound that you get.
It's a little bit louder, and yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's really cool. The polytuner, obviously, it's just a tuner, so it doesn't really do anything to the sound. So these two pedals you do use sometimes, and the rest is coming from the amp.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about the amp settings. So you are in the classic. Classic voicing for your rhythm guitar to tone.
Yes, rhythm and clean. Also for me clean. Only this one. That's my clean channel.
So you don't actually use the clean channel. It is just the rhythm guitar channel, and you're turning down the volume with your guitar. This is very old school. This is very cool. All right. So let's go for the settings. We got gain on 8.
Yes.
We have the master. This doesn't really matter too much. We have bass 5.5.
Yes.
Mid 4.5. And treble on 7. So yeah, tell us a little bit about this. So how did you dial this in? Is there anything specific that you had in your head? Or is it just, you know, trying out different settings and seeing what sounds best?
For me, I must hear this and not so muddy, sondern also not many bass.
All right. So yeah, that really gets the job done, I guess. It's a very good sounding setting. I
not
really
so
like
harsh, although be attention with the treble.
Yeah. Talking about harshness, we have another thing here on the sides.
Yes.
So these are our custom control knobs. I'm trying to get a good picture of this. This could be about right. Well, so not too much light coming through. You know what? You know, we'll take the time and we'll show the settings as good as we can. So I'm gonna turn on a little more light, and now you can actually see what's going on here, can't you? So
yes, the volume is a little bit back down, and the tone is all to the left, I think. Yeah, all to the left.
Okay, so tone all to the left, and volume slightly reduced. What about the boost? The boost seems to be, well, somewhere.
It's not on.
It's not on, but for the solo sound, which we'll talk about in a second, it's somewhere on 3 o'clock.
A little bit.
Yeah, just slightly over midway. All right. So these are the custom control settings. The noise gate is on soft.
Yes.
And is that enough for you? What do you think? So
yes.
No issues with.
I also work with the volume protein. It's off.
So when you're not playing,
no,
you turn it down. Well, so this avoids any issues with unwanted noise. All right. Let's go for your lead guitar settings. So
the lead guitar setting, the next channel, and the modem.
All right. So
and its booster is all the way up, and at 6. Yeah, this is 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock?
10 o'clock.
The tone or the boost?
The tone.
The tone. Okay, tone is on 11 o'clock. Boost is slightly up. And what happens is the boost is getting activated.
No. Only the channel.
But you're also playing with the boost, right? The boost is on.
I think no, a little bit.
Yeah, it is on, right? The lights running. Yeah.
Yes.
And also the reverb is kicking in, right? So boost and reverb and modern channel while we're playing.
And louder.
And louder, obviously. Yeah. So let's go back to the solo sound. so on and so on. So a lot of notes to be played. Yes. Well, thanks for showing this. This was very, very interesting. And we should talk about this a little. But first of all, I'm taking my seat again. All right, so this was a close-up, close run through Dethy's tones. Dethy, it sounds excellent. I really like how it sounds. So well done on the settings and on dialing in the tone and everything. Now, there's one thing I want to know, and this is kind of is something that I asked most of my guests. Why did you pick the Mercury over the Iridium? Because this is actually the metal amp, and this is the vintage amp in a way. Why would you pick this instead of the real metal kind of amp?
For me, it's better. It's a great amp, and good question. Also, for me, it sounds better.
All right. So
or the old Marshall amps.
You tested both of them?
Yes.
Right. So you know how the Iridium sounds,
yes,
right? Okay.
Yes.
This sounds better to you. It sounds more like old Marshall amps, you said. So let's try to do the thing here. Please go back to a rhythm guitar tone.
Yes.
So we had bass on 5.5. It was, and then we had middle on 4.5, and then we had treble on 7, or what it was.
Yes.
All right. No boost, no reverb. Please turn off the delay pedal.
Yes.
We have the same cabinet sound right now, both of the amps. Now, this is how the Iridium sounds. Oh, sorry, it's a classic channel, right?
Should we use the same guitar?
Yeah, we could also use the same guitar. Something that may make sense. So I'm not getting my amp to do what I want it to do. Quickly restart the amp. We'll switch guitars in a second. All right, here we go. I think I broke some of the knobs. Oh no! All right, now it seems to work. No, I didn't break it. Good news. All right, so that's the same equalizer setting as on Dethy's amp, but this is the Iridium. Let's go for your tone now. Let's see how that sounds. I'm a little too loud. I'm a little play again, please. Yeah, this is about the same. All right, let's play something. Let's play the same thing. Let's play Enter Sandman.
Oh no!
Master of Puppets. All right.
I hate Metallic.
Also, well, I really love it. How can you hate something?
Good musician.
Well,
not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea. All right, let's play your cup of tea then. What is your cup of tea? You really like Van Halen? I don't know any Van Halen, but
yours.
It has been a couple of days since I played Van Halen. Scorpions. Let's play Rock You Like a Hurricane.
Oh God, you didn't know.
That was a direct comparison, both at the same time. So, honestly, I think they kind of sound similar. The difference is not too big right now, is it? I think yours does have a little more bite.
This one?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think,
the guitar.
I think yours. Yeah, and that's the next test we should do. So, please play just one riff, whatever riff you like, and then we'll switch guitars, and we switch amps, and you play the same riff. So, let's go. Give us. Alright, and now we'll switch cables. So we get this one. Let's get. Alright. So yeah, when you have the same guitar, there's quite a difference happening. Yeah. So I think this have a little more bass frequencies,
yes.
Right? So what I would do to get close to it, let's keep on playing. I think. Right. In order to get a similar sound to this amp, you may not copy just the settings, right? This amp, as it's a kind of the more modern version, it does have a little more potential on getting highs and a little less headroom on some of the equalizer settings. So by just getting rid of some of the highs and by just getting rid of some of the mids, right, we got pretty close. All right, let's go for the lead guitar sound. So the settings on lead guitar sound, everything is the same as before. Only you have the boost activated, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's do this. So
and the tone
and the tone knob, which was on
a little bit
11
to the right,
a little bit. So run. Alright, switch back to your cable. It's what it has. It's just more.
Yeah,
yes. More of everything. Let me see if I can get close to this. I mean, my guitar is different, obviously. It's not too far off, to be completely fair. Let's get. Let's go for yours. Yeah, it is. Well, let's call it warm. I think it's not as scooped, right?
Yes.
So this has a voicing that is, just a little, let's say, reduced in certain things, right?
Tighter.
And tighter a little bit, right? So if you were playing something like a 7-string or whatever, I've shown this in past episodes where I was playing 7 strings or low-tuned guitars, right? Certainly makes sense, right, to cut out some of the body of the guitar to make it cut through with all these low frequencies going on. But in a setting where, in a situation where Dethy is playing, having mostly a standard tuned guitar that is supposed to sound very like juicy and full, right? This is certainly something, where a situation where I can understand to prefer this amp, right? So very great sound setting. I think you can come close, you can kind of close with the Iridium as well, but there will be a difference. And this is why we have two amps, both carrying the name AMP1, but different second names. All right, cool. That was very interesting. I'd say that we should trade another lick. And then we'll show the people a couple more of the videos that we have prepared. So, Dethy, let's go for another lick. Please show me one of these great stretching licks that you have, because I've seen you playing these where. That's fun. All right. I also want to show you another lick. Let's go for. Let me quickly think about something. I have one. I'm going to show you one of the patterns I really like to use for legato playing. So we're starting. Now you're switching positions, next position of G major. We're staying on the A string. Same thing. So we're always swapping positions. That's very close to what I play. So I'm playing with hybrid picking. So I'm picking the first note. But you can also just play. That's a full. And the reason why I showed you this, you showed me something very, very similar 15 years ago, because I was always playing just in, I was always playing just in one scale position. Like this. And then you told me, oh, this is cool, but it sounds very boring after a certain while. Wow. So please switch the scale positions, and this is how I learned these scale positions.
Cool.
So when the way I play it, it's. Right, great time. All right, that was way fun. How about showing the people another clip? So we had another clip prepared. Where Dethy just wants to play guitar tonight. This is much fun. So we have prepared another clip where Dethy is playing with an orchestra, which is kind of a very special situation. Big arena, thousands of people.
Same amp.
And same amp, exactly. So let's take a quick look at this clip.
Habe ich das echt gezeigt?
No, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I'm going to play the right. That was the festival clip. This is all right. All right. Now we're getting to the orchestra clip. All right, here we are back in my studio, and well, this was just an epic clip. So some of you have noticed Number of the Beast. We also had Run to the Hills at the end, which is one of my favorite Maiden tracks. So great stuff. Dethy, someone asked if it was the AMP1 Mercury that you used.
Sorry?
What was it? The AMP1 Mercury that you used?
Yes.
So right, so kind of unbelievable, but it can deliver some high gain metal tones as well, right? You shouldn't just say it in your head as the vintage amp. It can certainly deliver vintage tones, but if you tweak it right, it will give you some very tight, nice high gain tones as well. All right, Dethy, was there anything different in the video regarding the setup, or was it the same settings basically as using it with Mad Max?
Every venue has another sound,
Uh-huh.
and you have to change a little bit, but it's the same.
Yeah. So this is your main comfort setting, and
yes.
depending on the venue, you will tweak it just a little bit. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's very interesting. It seemed to work quite well. All right. Let's play a little more guitar. I guess this is what people want to see, don't they? You change your guitar. Yeah. All right. Let's do it. I'm gonna go back to my comfort settings because I was copying Dethy's settings. So let's get rid of mids and treble. All right. All right. We have more backing tracks prepared for you guys, and we have what else do we have? We have a funky one, and we have a Lydian one, and we have a dirty blues one. So which one we want to pick?
Dirty blues.
Let's go for some blues. All right, here we go. Two metal guitar players playing the blues. Thomas, if you're seeing this, please don't judge. This
That's the blues.
yeah. I mean, I don't really consider myself.
Blues.
Yeah, well, I don't really consider myself a blues player. If I would take it seriously, I may be able to pretend to sound like one, but this is just ridiculous. But it's so much fun.
This evening is for shredding.
Yeah,
Only for shredding.
this evening is it's the shred zone today. So
That was old.
that it something like this. Wow, great fun. All right, so we've tried to play the blues a little bit to please every one of you who likes the blues. I'm super sorry if this appears like an insult to your favorite genre. Because we're not proper blues guitar players, but it's about having fun, isn't it? We certainly had fun. So, whilst we sometimes, as metal guitar players, try to play the blues, we have one guitar player in the company, BluGuitar, who is actually a very good blues player. His name is Thomas Blug. He's the owner of this company, and there is a clip where Dethy and Thomas are playing. Well, it's not the blues, but it's rock and roll, right? But which is closer to the blues what we did. So we'll take a look at this clip. It's a very cool clip. It takes a couple of minutes. Don't be afraid. We'll be back in 5 or 6 minutes, whatever. Right? We'll be back live here. But for now, let's take a look at what happens when a metal guitar player and a blues kind of guitar player are sharing the same stage.
You ain't fooling, baby, not fooling. I'm gonna sing it, go back to school, way down inside, from me, wanna give you my love, wanna give you my love, love.
Teddy!
Wow, that was a cool jam. Sounds like you guys had fun there.
Yes.
So it was on a trade show, right?
Yes, and a very hot day, and yes, trade show, and also great guitars at number 1
Yeah, number 1.
in Hamburg.
Hot day, hot licks,
Yes.
everything hot that day. All right, guys, we are coming closer to the last chapter of today's stream. So we're playing a little bit. We're talking a little bit more. If there's anything you guys want to know, if there's anything you guys want to see, for example, maybe you want to have another blues jam. Maybe you want to have. Okay, we are out of blues for today. No more blues tonight. But maybe you want to see us explain some trade some licks. Tell us what you want to see, and we are here for pleasing you guys, right? So I'd say that for right now, Dethy, let's have a little jam, but let's have a jam without the backing track. Let's just play some riffs and trade some solos back and forth. So let me start with every guitar player's favorite key, E minor. Woo! All right, that was a cool jam. I think E minor is. I mean, what about you? E minor is the most comfortable key, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
Some people prefer A minor, but I really like E minor.
Yeah, E.
So let's play in a key that we hate. What is the worst key to play in?
Schiss minor.
Schiss minor. Well, the Germans will know. How about something like A sharp major?
Immer.
A sharp major. All right. Let's stay with the minor keys. Let's go for A sharp minor then. All right. Well, we said that we wouldn't play the blues, but this was kind of a blues, wasn't it? Yeah. So some great stuff. All right.
Nice bluesy lick.
Yeah. I gotta learn this. Show me how to play it. So we're starting.
17, 15.
I show you how to play it very fast and very clean. That was correct, wasn't it? All right. Well,
Right
this
face, and then you play it live.
exactly. Fake it till you make it. All right.
Spinal Tap 3.
Let's have another jam, but with a backing track.
Oh.
One last time. And I have something very cool for this purpose. We still have the Lydian backing track left, or the funky backing track. Which one would you prefer? Lydian, the Lydian one, Lydisch, or the funky one? So let me show you how these sound. Also, guys, cast your vote now. So we make the people vote. Do you want to hear us play the funk? Or do you want to hear us play something some more atmospheric? So this is the funk backing track. That's the first option. Second one would be something like this. Progressive feel that second one. So you guys are going to decide which one we will jam to this. We have one Lydian vote, but we have a funk vote as well. I like Lydian, but play funk.
Lydian, yeah.
No, we'll wait for another 2 or 3 minutes to see what the people are voting for. It seems, Dethy, that you are afraid of the funk. Dethy, do you like funk?
Best music.
Best.
Lydian,
second vote for Lydian. All right. We'll get there. Let's have another rock kind of jam whilst the people are voting. Don't forget, it's either Lydian or funk. This is the second pick I lost tonight. Dethy, let's go for a riff that I will. Now you select the riff.
Irgendwas?
Some. That's again the key of E, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's play a different key this time. Well, that was a cool jam as well. So people did decide for Lydian, right? So we have to do the Lydian thing. But before that, we have a couple of questions which I want to vote for. You can see on the right side. That's where they are. So people are asking, how do we get the tones? I mean, obviously we have two AMP1s here. This is the main source, but there's something else that we do use, and I show you around my desktop. So this is right now Logic. On my second screen here being opened, and this is the setup that we have. So ignore these tracks down here. This is just the backing tracks that we were using. I have a very simple IR loader, right? This kind of thing, and then we have a Soldano kind of impulse response that we're using. So Dethy, please play the guitar.
Rhythm or
It doesn't matter, something. Yeah, and this is what we're using. So it's just the AMP1, and then we're going into an IR loader, software-based IR kind of plugin. There's no extra hardware, it's just AMP1 and then straight into the interface, because with the AMP1, as it has some of Thomas's Superior Magic built in, it's a fully analog amp which doesn't need a load box, so you can go directly into audio interfaces, mixing desks, whatever you like. It's very comfortable to use. If you had let's say a more traditional tube amp, you need to put in something like this, which is a power attenuator, right? If you don't put this in between, your amp and then your DI kind of input, right, then you'll blow up the amp. So this is something you need to carry if you were playing something like, let's say, the Laney that I have here, right? But you don't need this with the AMP1. This is a great feature, and it makes life so easy. In every situation, you can go straight into a cabinet, right? This is what usually digital amps they can't do. You need to bring your power amp with it, or you can go the hybrid digital way and then go straight into mixing desks, audio interface, sound, or whatever you want with the AMP1. So it kind of has best of both worlds, really. All right, enough about the AMP1. Well, enough about enough with talking about the AMP1. Let's play it a little. So you guys had the chance to vote, and most people went for Lydian. So we will have a Lydian jam to end off this night. Dethy, are you ready?
yes? No, jump.
Alright, let's go. Oh, you know what we can do? I can also play my AMP1 Mercury. How about that? I have my AMP1 Mercury here on my desk. and I'll switch cables. That was too quick of a switch. So I'm having my very own AMP1 Mercury here on my desk, which I can show you with the second camera that we have. So here we go. This is another AMP1 Mercury, and it's connected to my pedalboard.
Little tip.
And this is a proper cable, which I should also buy, right, to avoid bad noise. All right. I'm also gonna switch to my AMP1 Mercury. Using my pedalboard, so it's just the clean channel plus a couple of pedals. There may be some noise coming from it, so please forgive me. But yeah, I just felt like playing the Mercury. So let me quickly change. Yeah, this is the Mercury. This is how my AMP1 Mercury sounds. Alright, Dethy, are you... Oh, sorry, I did you wrong. You were an input... That's not you. Yeah, that was input 3. Alright, we're getting there. All right. Let's go for the final jam of the night. This is enough Lydian for tonight. All right. I guess, guys, that's about it for tonight. So, Dethy, thank you a lot.
Thank you, man.
Thanks a lot
Thank Thomas.
for being here tonight. It has been a very special episode. Being here, playing some great music with my teacher, playing the amps that we love, AMP1, Iridium, and Mercury, both of them, has been great fun. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Everyone, it was a pleasure as always, pleasure and honor as always to be here with you tonight, hanging out, talking about guitars, talking about amps, all this good stuff. So, before we end this off, right? Let me tell you that we will be at Guitar Summit next week. So there's going to be another live stream next week, Wednesday, again by Thomas, obviously, Academy of Tone. And next week is Guitar Summit time. So, Thomas is going to be there. I'm going to be there. Some great stuff is about to happen. We'll have some workshops at our booth at Guitar Summit. We'll share it with Clubman Electrics, right? Also the company where Dethy has his signature pickup.
Yes, all of my guitars lay his hand.
Ja.
Wieso macht das? Auf Deutsch? Hand auflegen?
Yeah, well,
English?
Clubman is basically in charge of all of Dethy's guitars, right? Actually, also with me, right? I'm also a Clubman endorser, but we do Academy of Metal with modern tones, so I need to play some other pickups sometimes. But anyway, we're gonna be there with Andreas Clubman and Thomas Blug at the shared booth, right? We're gonna have some workshops, some gigs, so it's gonna be a great time. You can play the AMP1, you can check it out on the Guitar Summit. We can have a chat with us. So if you are planning to go there, right? Please, take the time, come by and hang out with us. All right. Other than that, I wish you guys a great evening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks again, Dethy. And I guess I'll see you next month then. And before I let you go, we'll see a metal clip of, one of the past episodes, just to end with a boom, to end this episode with a big, big bang. All right. See you next time. Have a great one. Bye.